Today's video is a bit of a quick news hit where we get you up to date on all the latest injuries, waiver claims, and NHL signings. All the latest news coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We review and discuss all 31 NHL teams, so if you're a huge hockey fan, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So as I mentioned off the top, today's videos are going to be a quick news update here on all the latest information regarding signings, waiver claims, and injuries, just to get you up to speed here before we head into this week's NHL action. Of course, over the weekend, the big signing was Alex Tuch getting signed to a long-term deal by the Vegas Golden Knights. They signed him to a 7-year contract extension with an annual cap hit of $4.75 million. Now, as we know, Alex Tuch has been recovering from injury so far and is waiting to make his season debut for the Golden Knights. Last year, like many of the Golden Knights players, he had a breakthrough season, kind of getting himself on the map and having an excellent year for the Vegas Golden Knights, oftentimes seeing second-line duty. Heading into this season, he's expected to be a big part of that second line, along with newly acquired forwards Paul Stastny and Max Pacioretty. As we know, the Golden Knights got off to a bit of a slow start, but have kind of been picking things up here, so I do expect Alex Tuch to be a big help into the Vegas Golden Knights lineup here once he jumps into play. I've seen a little bit of mixed reaction on this signing. There seem to be some that are fond of it and some that think it's a way too much of an overpayment long-term deal on a guy who really only has one solid NHL season. But my take on it is I kind of like this contract for Vegas and for Alex Tuch. Obviously, for Alex Tuch, it's an excellent deal. Gives him that long-term stability to be a long-term member here of the Vegas Golden Knights. I do think he's expected to be a core part of that team and play a big role in their top 6 forward group here for many years to come. This certainly is the type of contract where Alex Tuch is being paid more for his future progress, more so than his past. Now, depending on when the player's contracts are completed, sometimes you get about paying for past performance, and other times you get a little bit more of a riskier contract, paying for future, progress here that's expected to be made. Now, this is a little bit more, obviously, of the latter there. Alex Tuch, like I said, he got off to a good start with his career with the Vegas Golden Knights, and I do think they see him as a consistent 20-plus goal guy here in the future, which is why they inked him to this long-term contract. I do fully think he is capable of doing that. So for the most part, I do like this contract, but I do agree with the fact that there is some risk to this deal. Obviously giving a long-term contract of 7 years to a player that, with the amount of experience he has, does have some risk involved. So we're not going to ignore the risk for sure, because there is some there, but overall I do have enough confidence in Alex Tuch's abilities. I do think it's quite possible in a couple of years' time that this contract could look like a bargain for Vegas if Alex Tuch turns into the 20 to 30 goal scorer that he's projected to be. So obviously time will tell if this deal is a good deal or not for the Vegas Golden Knights, but let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. We can continue that discussion. But for right now, I like this contract for the Vegas Golden Knights and Alex Tuch, and I do think long-term here that he's going to prove to be a bargain contract for the Golden Knights. Quick piece of news here on the waiver wire. The Chicago Blackhawks have placed goaltender Anton Forsberg on waivers. Obviously, as we know, Corey Crawford has come back from injury, played the last couple of games. So with Crawford, Cam Ward, and Forsberg, there's no need to have that third goaltender there. So Forsberg will be placed on waivers, which is required to assign him to the American Hockey League. And they'll run with Crawford and Ward here for the short term to see how things go. Corey Crawford's return should be a big boost for the Hawks here longer term throughout the season, and having him and Ward should provide a much stronger tandem here than having Forsberg in the mix as well. So more than likely, I project that Forsberg likely clears waivers as of noon tomorrow, and more than likely gets assigned to the American Hockey League. Now here's some quick updates on some injuries. Columbus Blue Jacket defenseman Seth Jones will finally make his season debut tomorrow night for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Obviously, he was hurt in the preseason and has been out to start the regular season. That has been confirmed by Blue Jackets today, that he is good to go and will be making his season debut for the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow night. That should be a big boost for the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's definitely their top defenseman, one of the top ones in the league. So getting a guy like that back into your lineup should be a tremendous help. Hurricanes goaltender Scott Darling has been activated from injury reserve as well. He will be going down to the minors for a conditioning stint before he comes in to join the Carolina Hurricanes at the NHL level. So they don't have to rush here on a decision. But obviously, as we know, they picked up Curtis McElhinney from the Toronto Maple Leafs on waivers as around the beginning of the season here. So they do have McElhinney along with Peter Mrazek and now Scott Darling healthy. So they will have some tough choices there to make as well. Now, when they first picked up McElhinney, it was believed that perhaps he could go on waivers later on here around this time once Darling returned. I'm not so sure that's going to be the case. It wouldn't be a complete shocker if they decide to hang on to McElhinney and maybe try to part ways with Mrazek. the same time, though, the Hurricanes have been speculated and rumored to be involved in some trade talks. So they also have too many defensemen. It's been speculated since the summer that they might trade Justin Falk. They have a lot of strong defensemen on NHL contracts here. So something's got to give at some point. The Hurricanes are going to have to make a move of some sort here. So it will be interesting to see if they decide to keep McElhinney or how they proceed with their goaltending situation along with their defensemen. So I think the Hurricanes are definitely a team to watch here in the short term, as they have some tough roster decisions to make, and where they've been speculated in the trade rumor mill. Maybe we'll see a deal here shortly with the Hurricanes to kind of solve some of those roster situations. A few other quick injury updates here. New Jersey Devils defenseman Steven Santini is going to be out for an extended time. In the last game, he suffered a broken jaw. Now, he got into the lineup because of Ben Lovejoy, who had to come out of the lineup due to injury as well. So that's certainly going to leave the Devils short now a couple defensemen here, as Lovejoy and Santini are both sidelined due to injury. Edmonton Oilers forward Ty Rattie is also going to be out for a little bit here. Not clear exactly how long, but he has been placed on IR. So it's going to probably be at least a week plus. The diagnosis we were given basically was a mid-body muscle strain. Kind of an odd choice, but I don't know why they just don't say a little bit more. I understand to a degree why they kind of keep injuries a little bit secretive, but mid-body muscle strain is all we kind of know. So hard to say exactly. In Ty Rattie's absence, it's expected a youngster, Kyler Yamamoto, will have an opportunity here to move up on that first line and play with Connor McDavid. He has played well recently, scoring his first NHL goal just a few games ago. So we'll see how he can do with a chance to play with McDavid. And it'll be interesting to see, depending on how that goes, how they juggle their lines once Rattie returns here in the short term. So that is all the latest news on the signings, waiver claims, and injury updates for today. If you're new to the channel here, I hope you consider subscribing. We cover all 31 NHL teams, and there's plenty of content here for all hockey fans to enjoy. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think of that Alex Tuch contract with the Vegas Golden Knights. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so we can continue the discussion down below in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will catch you next time.